Hello and welcome to V4U Radio and TV here in Canada. We are having a very blizzardy day here, but anyways, the warmth which we bring for you is from the High Commissioner Office. I'm so proud and privileged to have been joined by Acting High Commissioner of India to Canada, Honorable Chinmoy Nayak ji from Ottawa. Namaste, aapka swagat hai. And
Namaskar.
I'm also very pleased to have joined by the President of Council of Indian Societies of Edmonton, Puneet Panchanda, and also the COO of V4U Radio, Dr. Bhubaneswar, right from Geneva. And we bring some live announcements, some live talks from what's happening on the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas. The 18th Pravasi Bharatiya Divas, friends, is coming up in India in Bhubaneswar starting January 8th. And Acting High Commissioner is going to tell us more about it. Welcome to V4U Radio and TV.
Thank you very much, Mr. Srivastava, and it's a pleasure to be here and to hello to all of you and also to all your audience and viewers.
Thank you. In fact, we are so privileged because we were getting ready, and I'll tell you why I gathered up the folks you see on the screen other than yourself, because Puneet Panchanda is about to leave for India to attend the Pravasi Bharatiya in person. Dr. Bhubaneswar is getting ready to get this event covered live. So I thought this is a great time to bring everyone. But coming to you, Acting High Commissioner, I wanted to start with the audience who do not know what is this day all about. It's the 18th historic moment where we expect over 5,000 Pravasi Bharatiya assembling, talking about great things they're doing in their countries. But maybe just let us know a little bit about background about the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas.
So, as you know, the government of India focuses and gives a lot of importance to our overseas Indian friends. They have played a very important role in India's own growth and development. They have achieved new heights for themselves, but also they have made India proud. So it's a no-brainer that India places a lot of importance on our overseas Indian community and friends, and that's why we celebrate their contributions to India, their connections to India, and going forward also they will be very crucial as India goes on the growth path for becoming a Viksit Bharat, developed India by 2047. So the first Pravasi Bharatiya Divas was actually celebrated in 2003. And since then, as you rightly said, we are going to celebrate the 18th Pravasi Bharatiya Divas on 8th, 9th, and 10th of January. That is the brief history of this celebration. But the significance of 9th January is important to know because way back in 1915, that is when Mahatma Gandhi ji came to India from South Africa, and in honor of that landing in India, we celebrate this as Pravasi Bharatiya Divas. And as you know, he was the greatest Pravasi Bharatiya.
Absolutely. I think he is the ambassador who was, of course, who brought laurels and, of course, contributed immensely towards the independence. And, of course, what a way to celebrate. So I know that every year there are quite a few things we get to witness on the days we celebrate. What are some of the key things going to happen between the 8th, 9th, and 10th of January of 2025?
Yes, that's a good question. So 3 days, full days, and I can tell you they'll be full of energy and activity, and everyone should plan their itineraries to go there. On day one, we will have a day dedicated to the youth. So we will have a youth Pravasi Bharatiya Divas where there will be discussions and plenary sessions on celebrating the young and the youth. As you know, they are the future of the not only country but also of the world. There will also be a business session on the sideline the same morning, which will be chaired by the Honorable External Affairs Minister of India. There will also be a special session after that to be chaired by the Honorable Chief Minister of Odisha, which is where the event is taking place. They will be, in the all the 3 days. It's not only roundtables and panels and discussions. If you happen to participate earlier, you would know that it's also a celebration of local cuisine, culture. There are cultural performances, and the whole atmosphere is so full of life and variety. You just want to be there. On day two, there will be the inauguration by the Honorable Prime Minister of India, which will be the formal inauguration. There will be two panel sessions. I will tell you briefly about the five panel sessions which will take place. On day three, there will be the valedictory function, which will be presided over by the Honorable Rashtrapati of India. They will also be giving away Pravasi Bharatiya Samman Awards for distinguished achievers from the overseas Indian community. Spread over the 3 days, there will be five panel sessions. The first one I have already mentioned was about on celebrating the youth. There will be the roundtables are based on various themes. So the other themes will be on sustainable development, cultural tapestry, migrant skills, and also on Nari Shakti. So five different sessions will be there, spread over the 3 days. But all in all, as I said, and as you also rightly said, it's going to be a celebration. There will be thousands of people there, so everyone should really plan to go there.
Great to know. In fact, I'm so excited. We are four people, all Pravasi Bharati right now. We all are abroad and talking about this great event coming up. This is a great segue to bring Puneet Manchanda as well on the panel here because he is attending. He informed me almost a month ago, and I'm so fondly envious that he's able to attend. I am not able to go. However, Puneetji, if at all you, because I know that there's always some curiosity, some questions, and what do you expect? And I'm sure you could maybe have some kind of thoughts or questions for our acting High Commissioner here, Puneetji. I give the floor to you.
Thank you, Nupam. And again, thank you so much for your time for chatting with us. I think it's really important for Indians to feel uh, very proud that India is celebrating people that like us who have been outside and be given an opportunity to go back home. In fact, I'm not just the only one from going the Council of India Societies. I have my VP admin Dhaval Patel also joining me. So there'll be two of us going. So we want to make sure that we are there and to represent not just the Indian community but also Edmonton, Alberta, Canada in that event. You'll be actually pleased to know that we launched a youth wing on 1st of July this year. And when I heard about there's going to be a youth focused first day, that really excited me because I would like to get the youth's information from there back to my team, which is a youth wing. And how can I get them connected is what I'd like to get some more information on because youth here is very they really want to get it more involved. They really want to get more connected to the roots, and having anything that we can do from there will certainly be a great opportunity for them to get connected. I would be interested in maybe setting up an exchange program for the youth as well, where youth from there can come and join us. We can send some of the youth from here back to India so that they can experience the real India as well. I think that will bring a lot of value. The other thing is for me, I've been here for almost more than 20 years, and of course, it's has changed a lot since then. I went there 6 years ago last time, so I'm really excited to see what more has happened there. We keep hearing about all these highways, all these developments happening. I'm really looking forward to seeing some of these things. I'm also involved in one of the Alberta India trade relationship building, and that's again one of my key objectives as well, that I want to see explore some opportunities on how can we increase the trade between Alberta and India. So I'll be looking at some of these opportunities as well, and anything that you can help us with before I go will certainly be an excellent support for us to make a lot of progress on these areas.
Great.
Thank you.
No, no, go ahead. Sorry.
Thank you for that, Puniji. That was very useful. And let me just say that whatever you heard about India and the development in the last 6 years, which you have not been to India, is right. So you will have to go to India to see that. And let me not spoil that surprise for you. So be there, take more people with you, and see the development, especially the infrastructure development. You will see Odisha is one of the very good progressing states of India. You will see there as well. The city, Bhubaneswar, is so beautiful. You will enjoy their hospitality, I'm sure. But I'll come back to your question about the youth aspect. But I thought maybe Shivastavaji would have asked me another question, to which I would have given more information. But since he didn't ask, I will still tell you anyways, and I think you should know. Apart from the 3 days of Pravasi Bharatiya Divas, we also have this time unique features. We are going to also have an exhibition on science and technology contributed by high achievers from the diaspora. So, special exhibition on science and technological achievements will be there for you to see. There will also be exhibition on Ramayana. As you know, the story of Ramayana, the epic of Ramayana, has footprints across the world, and it's celebrated in wherever overseas Indians are there. They celebrate with great vigor and vitality. So we are curating one exhibition on that as well. Apart from that, there is also a special Pravasi Bharatiya Express. It's a special train where not everyone, but the early bird gets the ticket, kind of a thing, where you can book yourself. And it'll be a 3-week journey starting from January 9th, and you can go through a number of places of tourist attraction. So that is another feature this time, which we would, through your audience, through your channel, appeal to the audience to please look out for. For all information, actually, and more details, you should go to pbdindia.gov.in. All the details will be there, but these are the main features. Maybe this is also a good time to also tell you that along with the PBD, the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas, we also have the Mahakumbh, which is happening in Prayagraj from 13th of January to 26th of February. So if you're planning to go to attend the PBD, please also make it a plan to go to Mahakumbh. And why not also then go to Ayodhya and see the Ram temple, which was consecrated last year. So that is the full spectrum of activities happening. But coming back to the question on youth, as I said, day one will be dedicated to youth. It has been the recent trend in the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas to acknowledge their contribution and also discuss newer topics which impinge on youth. I would say things like emerging technologies is one thing which is a universal thing and which impacts all of us. And the youth today is very much IT enabled. So that will be one of the things you will be hearing when you go there. We recently concluded another initiative called the Bharat Ko Janiye quiz, which was actually an online quiz for all eligible age group across the world. We had good participation from across the world. I would say it would have been much better to see greater participation from Canada, but the objective of that actually was, again, the young generation to know more about India. It was we had made outreach for that as well, and we were able to get a good, fairly good response, I would say, but not to the extent we wanted. That's one way of reaching out to the youth. We also have other programs. The Pravasi Bharatiya Divas is held once in 2 years, so yes, it's a great event. It's a great celebration. One has to be there, but it cannot be only a one-off event. So that's why we keep having lots of initiatives throughout the year. There is a No India program, which is specially, again, targeted for young people. It's a 2 to 3 week program. Most of the cost is borne by the government of India. and we already are into the 80th and the 81st edition of that. It's a great way of knowing about India. Those eligible, uh, we make a curated program. They visit Delhi. They see, they meet the leaders. They visit entities from the business world, from think tanks. They also go to another city of India. So a small capsule, I would say, where they can familiarize themselves with India in a short span. There are also scholarships we offer to children of Indian diaspora abroad. Uh, there are specific schemes from the Indian Council for Cultural Relations as well. So all in all, a lot of events, a lot of avenues to know about India. If you permit me to say a bit more, I think you asked me in the beginning. Uh, the Indian diaspora is very special. There are a lot of diasporas across the world, but Indian diaspora specifically, and you would agree, uniquely uh, connects itself to its homeland very strongly. I have seen other diasporas who are not so equally connected or strongly connected. So that's a very good feature, and we cherish that, and that's why we want to celebrate those connections. The Pravasi Bharatiya Divas is a great way of networking, getting to know overseas guests and diaspora from across the world. You may not know them otherwise, then it's a great place to learn about the government of India's initiatives and what is happening in the latest on the policy front. You will also learn a lot about Indian culture and cuisine and other aspects, as I said. And most importantly, it's a great way to connect, and with India, with other friends, family as well. So that is, I thought I'll just encapsulate the logic behind the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas as well.
So I got
Undoubtedly,
sorry, Anu.
no, no. I said undoubtedly a great event coming up, and looking forward to it. Especially as I'm listening through it, it's a great way to really reconnect with lots. Most of the Pravasi Bhartiyas have got families all across the world. Some are in US, some Australia, some UK, and a great way to really maybe think of just having a family reunion in on the Indian soil, attending this great historic moment.
That's what I'm saying. Why don't you combine everything? Go for the family vacation, go for Pravasi Bharati Divas, go for Mahakumbh. So we are seeing some response, but again, as I said, for the earlier initiative here also, we can have much more enthusiastic response from our Canadian friends and diaspora in Canada. So please, again, appealing through you, go to pbdindia.gov.in, look at all the options. I'm sure you will find this another element in your itinerary.
So
I,
few
Commissioner,
things.
if you allow me, because you spoke of Nari Shakti, and who else but my ambassador of Nari Shakti sitting here, Dr. Vandana Srivastava. I would like maybe her to ask you, because she is getting so excited and getting ready to get this event covered live by sending some correspondents to Bhubaneswar from Dubai, who are an active correspondents of V4U Radio and TV. But I would take this opportunity to have maybe Dr. Vandana Srivastava also talk about a little thing, what she's excited about, and especially about Nari Shakti.
Thank you, Anupam. So last time we celebrated it in Indore, I believe, प्रवासी अवार्डी. अभी नारी शक्ति तो ऐसा है कि वहाँ पे हमारी नारी शक्ति ही है जो जा रही है इसको कवर करने के लिए from the before you radio side. So she will be there, and there are a few प्रवासी अवार्डी actually who works for before you, and there is one प्रवासी अवार्डी जो कि कवरेज कर रहे होंगे. तो ये जो SD16 जो ये यूएन में भी चल रहा है एनजीओ कॉन्सेप्ट, उसमें मेरे ख्याल से जो आपने 3-4 पॉइंट्स स्टार्टिंग में बताया, नारी शक्ति और एक दो एजुकेशन एंड ऑल, आई थिंक इट्स वेरी मच रिलेटेड एंड कनेक्टेड विथ यूएन ऑल्सो, क्योंकि यहाँ पे देखते हैं इन्हीं 16 पॉइंट्स पे ही हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं और इनके साथ आगे बढ़ रहे हैं.
जी.
तो आई एम सो सुपर एक्साइटेड सर. मैं तो हमेशा से प्रवासी अवार्ड होता है तो आई फील गुड, और बीच में हिंदी दिवस है तो सो ऑल द प्रवासीज जो कि बाहर रहते हैं, गो एंड सेलिब्रेट हिंदी दिवस. परमानेंट मिशन हर साल इतना बढ़िया करता है. सो इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू गो कम बैक टू इंडिया, सेलिब्रेट इट देयर, बिकॉज PMI उस समय ओपन होता है, ओपन फॉर ऑल.
जी.
सो इट्स लाइक दैट.
बहुत अच्छा लगा जान के कि इन उड़ीसा जाएंगे और वहाँ पे भाग लेंगे। और भी लोगों को आप एनकरेज करिए वहाँ जाने के लिए।
एक्चुअली सर आप बताइए कि हाउ टू रजिस्टर देयर, लाइक आई थिंक लोगों को पता चलेगा, दैट विल बी ग्रेट हेल्प।
जी बिल्कुल। तो जैसा आपने कहा, जैसा मैंने कहा, pbdindia.gov.in में जाएंगे तो वहाँ रजिस्ट्रेशन लिंक होगा। जैसा कि आपने कई बार रजिस्टर किया होगा, कई जगह पे सेम फॉर्मेट है। आपको एक ईमेल आईडी देना होगा, उसमें एक ओटीपी आएगा और उसके बाद बहुत सिंपल है, आपका जो बेसिक डिटेल वगैरह आप देंगे, वो करने के बाद फिर आप फाइनल एक पेमेंट पेज पे आएंगे, क्योंकि रजिस्ट्रेशन फीस उसमें है। उसके बाद you can register yourself and get to know more details once you do that. So registration is not a big issue if you're thinking like that. It's a very user friendly portal.
So I can vouch for that because when I registered, it was pretty simple. In fact, भुवनेश्वर के जितने भी अच्छे hotels हैं, they are all blocked because if you go to their website, these 3 days don't appear. So you have to go to the Pravasi registration with your registration number, and then all of them open up and you can book your hotel as well. जो हमने भी किया. So that's really good facility that has been provided.
Exactly. The organizers have made sure that there should be no logistical problems for anyone. It should be easy. So they have actually blocked very good hotels in the city. And also they will be providing shuttle-free buses from the hotels to the venues and things like that. I was in Indore last time, so I can tell you, the atmosphere is amazing. It's eclectic and it's magical. ये मेरा पर्सनल व्यू है, इसको गलत मत लीजिएगा, लेकिन सबसे बढ़िया जो होता है वो मेरा पर्सनल व्यू है कि खाना बहुत बढ़िया होता है प्रवासी भारतीय दिवस में. सो इफ नॉट फॉर एनीथिंग एल्स, प्लीज गो फॉर द फूड, बट दैट्स पर्सनल टेक. Of course, you will have a lot of good outcomes in Pravasi Bharatiya Divas. As I said, the round tables are very important. Maybe I should have mentioned in the beginning, or I mentioned it indirectly, but this time's theme is actually diaspora's contribution to Viksit Bharat. So there is a lot of serious discussion and outcomes which happen there, which are also very important. As I said, till 2047, we have to achieve the status of developed country status, and there's a lot which is required to be done. And diaspora friends, all of you are ambassadors in your own way, and you can contribute in all measures to help us achieve that. So that is the important message of going to this event, in addition to, of course, enjoying the whole occasion.
So आपने वो ट्रेन की बात करी. In fact, I've got 7 people that were interested एडमंटन से जो उस ट्रेन में जाना चाहते हैं. इनफैक्ट मुझे रोज ही उनके मैसेज आ रहे हैं कि हमें कब मालूम चलेगा. I said, like, please hold करिए, थोड़ी पेशेंस रखिए. The government is gonna contact you because they have their full information and they will be contacting you if you have qualified for it.
Absolutely. But if there are still queries and questions, the High Commission of India in Ottawa, our consulates in Toronto and Vancouver are there. We will share with you the nodal officials separately, or it's also on our website. So feel free to ask us. We will coordinate with the organizers if there is any element of doubt.
तो ये 2 इवेंट एक ही टाइम पे हो रहे हैं. Because if I go to Pravasi Divas, I can't take the train because train starts on 9th and Pravasi Divas is 8th, 9th, 10th. So I was caught in between. Where do I go? And obviously I picked up the Pravasi Divas because there was more, I would say, knowledge sharing with me and information sharing. But train is also, I think it's really good opportunity to actually go to all these places which are connected in a 3-week, and it's very, I would say, very well planned trip because a lot of people want to go to these places, and this is like one opportunity where they can just cover them in one stint of 3 weeks.
जी ये संस्कृति हमारी यही कहती है कि अतिथि देवो भव. सो जो भी हमारे गेस्ट हैं, दे should have a problem of plenty not
Yeah.
problem of scarcity. So I'm not saying that you had any problem as such, but that's the way the program is formatted, and we want our guests to be spoiled for choice. And
Wow.
since you mentioned about the train, there are only 156 seats in that train. It cannot be an endless train, as you know.
Yeah.
So again, जो सीटें बची हैं उसके लिए प्लीज तुरंत इस कार्यक्रम के बाद जाएं वेबसाइट पे और
रजिस्टर कर रहे हैं.
रजिस्टर करें और टिकट बुक करें.
जी.
No.
और दूसरा बात को जानिए. In fact, I did it myself, and I had a few of my people also apply for it. Sorry, I'll take the opportunity to actually invite you to India Day. So we'll celebrate Republic Day in Canada, in Edmonton.
We have focusing more on
Pravasi Divas.
That's great way. In fact, I'm so thankful you gave us the chance. You gave this opportunity to promote the upcoming 18th Pravasi Bharatiya Divas. Friends, I really encourage you all who are thinking, who are planning to go to India during this time, be part of this, and let's make, at least from where I live and where we live here, Canada proud. You can see all the countries, Pravasi Bharati from various countries joining, and you'll really have a good time during these 3 days. Last but not the least, here we talk about the confluence of culture, language, heritage, and all that. Is there any element to discuss the economic and commerce exchange during the 3 days?
Oh, absolutely. So, as I said, there will be a business roundtable also on day one. But otherwise, all the events, there are, in today's world, you cannot escape business or commerce in any aspect. And as you know, when I say that India has to achieve a developed country status, the economic and the commercial pillar has to be the backbone for that, right? So there will be discussions on roundtables on business as well. You will meet a lot of business people, so you don't have to be part of any roundtable as such. A lot of things happen on the sidelines. A lot of things happen on networking. The event which I mentioned about being held by the government of Odisha on day one will also feature why Odisha is an important destination for investments and for doing business. So there will definitely be a lot of scope to discuss that element as well. And as I also mentioned, you will be meeting. The top leadership of India will be there. So if you have any questions or anyone has any questions on policy issues, you can always discuss them, and you will also learn a lot of things from what our leaders will say. So business and trade will be definitely part of the discussions there.
I am so looking forward to this 18th Pravasi Bharatiya Divas, friends. And as a viewer of V3 Radio, please do go on to the website of pbd.gov.in. Of course, we will share a lot of information on